and welcome to this week's episode of The Effects Loop. I am your host, Jay Byrne. I just want to recognize the fact that I've been absent for a little while. I'm kind of, trying to figure out what to do with this channel and make it work as a permanent thing. And there have been some changing trends in the guitar YouTube world, and I'm trying to navigate those. Plus, life kind of gets you busy and things keep you busy. So anyway, this episode of The Effects Loop, what I wanted to talk about is kind of like tools of the trade. Okay, that's kind of how I'm coming at this. I've got this ROLAND SPD-SX. There is a pro version of this. I don't have the pro version. The pro version has a lot more features for actual drummers. I'm coming at this from the guitar player, singer, songwriter. You're in a band and you need to run your backing tracks kind of thing. That's where I'm coming at it from. And so hopefully you can kind of see where I'm at with this, okay? I did make another video a long time ago about, a while back actually, about something called the SPD Wave Pad, Wave 1. Okay, ROLAND SPD Wave 1, I think is what it was called. It's similar, it was something like that. And it was one of these pads. And you could dump 12 wave files onto it, and you could trigger your backing tracks, or you could use it as an extra drum or something like that if you were using it from a drummer's perspective. I wanted a little bit more control than that one pad gave me. I wanted something a little bigger that I could potentially use for, backing tracks and being like a one-man band or playing out live. I am in another band called Nerdy Warts, and we will be performing live again, and we're working on that right now. But a lot of our music was recorded with electronic drum beats and stuff like that, so this is going to be very useful in triggering backing tracks and just samples that we have throughout our songs. Depending on how we use this, we're going to use this in a myriad of ways. But what I wanted to focus on in this video is the singer-songwriter guitar. From that perspective, what does this piece of kit do for you? Like, I'm not a drummer, okay? Like, I can keep beat, but I'm not a drummer. So why would I even want one of these things? Well, personally, I'm kind of old school when it comes to recording. I mean, I'll use, drums in my DAW, a drum machine. I'm not big on programming drums in the computer. It drives my brain crazy, and it's annoying. I like to be able to, like, say, record a song to a click track, and then I will actually add the drums myself. Okay? Now, this does come with presets built into it, and I'll use those presets for now. Coming out of my studio monitors that are over there, so hopefully the sound's not the worst. You're probably going to hear me hitting it with the sticks as well, but you'll get the general idea. But for me, I would record something to a click, and then I would add my by hand, and then add my cymbals, add my stuff, because I'm not a drummer. So that's how I would create my drum tracks. Seems like a lot of work, but personally, it's more fulfilling for me, and I enjoy it a lot more than just, trying to program drums in the computer and whatnot. I'm not saying I don't do that, because I have done that, but I do like doing this. But what's great about this type of thing, if you're looking at it as a drum machine, okay? You can download free drum samples. You can buy drum samples. You can load in whatever you want to load into this thing. You got to think of this as a blank slate, because essentially that's what it is. It's a blank slate. Like this, for example, I'm calling it Punk Kit. I actually downloaded this kit. It's real drums sampled. So you could you do that. I would probably never record it that way. I would actually record to a click and then I would just go. I can stay on beat a lot tighter that way. Playing it by hand, basically. But yeah, so. Like I created this drum set. I put these in and made this drum set. Because these pads, this is a blank slate. You gotta look at this. While it does come with built-in like presets, and all of those built-in presets are usable. Like the sounds from those built-in presets are saved in the unit. So when you can make your own kits out of the sounds from the presets that are in the unit, okay? And it's really not that complicated. You don't really need to use a computer. I do everything right on the unit. It's the way I like to do things, okay? But yeah, so that's how I would use this as a drum machine if I was recording, okay? I just, I'm gonna record, lay down, I'm gonna drum my... I'm gonna record my track, That's my track, and then, I'll do an overdub and I'll add a cymbal every now and then. That's how I do things. But regardless, if you're looking at this as like you're a one-man band, okay, and say you want to trigger your backing tracks, the way I do it is I got my songs in here, hold on a sec. And for example, you can go into the menu. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the menu right now. If I was to hit this, you wouldn't hear the click track, because the click track, there are two separate outputs on the back, and there's a headphone out actually. When you're running out of the master output on the back of this, left and right master, to the board, to the front of the house, whatever you're doing, you can set it so that only specific pads that you hit go out the master. So if you have a click on one of the other pads, and it'll sync the click, you make sure your click is, you got to do that stuff in a DAW or Audacity, whatever. Make sure your click is in time with your music. You hit the main track, and it will actually trigger the click as well, right with it. Like these two can play together. You can link them, basically, is what it can do. But that click will only come to the headset if you're wearing headphones, or you can route it out to a separate mixer. There's a whole process you can do that. People do that for in-ear clicks and stuff like that. But if you wanted to keep it simple, and you were just singer-songwriter guy, you can wear in-ears. You can wear just a headphones. You can freaking wear a pair of headphones if you want to. Who cares? With a long cord. You trigger your song. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, if I hit this, I don't know if you can see that right now, but this light's going to blink. Then my backing track starts. Alright? So, then I play along to it live, whatever. That's my backing tracks. But then you can stop it, and if you hit it, it starts over again. But if, say, you wanted to hear your backing tracks, because on this pad right here, that is my click track. So just let me see, hold on a second. But if you go to Kit in the menu, it'll give you options, basically. Like if I hit this, it shows me that pad highlighted. And there's a little arrow, it says that's going out to the headphones. I want this though. There. Alright. So then now, what you would want to do is you can adjust, you can change that. Like just, it's a plus and minus thing here. You can go, it's on phones only right now. I can set it to master out. Wait, sub out. Master out. Okay, so now my click is on master. So if I hit this, you're going to hear the click, which is coming out of this pad, and that would be going to my headphones. But right now I set it so it's coming out the master so you can hear it. So you'll hear it. That's what I'm hearing. You can have that running out to your headphones, to a separate mixer, whatever you want to run it out to, you can do that. So to select the pad, you hit it, and it'll select it on the little, there's a little grid on the thing here. So I've got that set to master out. I want to set that to phones only, okay? Then if I hit that, that's my main track. I want to set my main track to master out. So now, phones only, master out. And there's an all sound off button right here that you can hit that shuts everything off. So I'm back to normal now, and if I play my track, like I normally do, you're not going to hear the click again. But the click is running. It would be running to my headphones. You can actually see the little light. In some instances, as I'm just rehearsing myself, I just watch the little blinking light. And I don't even need to wear the headphones, because if it's literally just a start click, as long as I see the blinking light, I know when it starts. But that's essentially how I'm using it as a backing track. Now, if you wanted to use it to trigger samples, you could do that as well. Like, for example, I have I've been working on some backing tracks for songs for my band Nerdy Warts, and then we're going to be using them. Right now, there's not much in here, there's only one of them. But when the song starts, there's a cymbal hit, because it was recorded with like a keyboard drum pad type thing, all right? But if I go, that's the cymbal hit that starts it. So I can program, but I've got the cymbal hit programmed on this, all right? We play the song, and then but I can just like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we start, and then when we're ready to kick in, that triggers the backing track. So that's how I am using this unit. That's what I'm doing with it, okay? Now, just to explain a little bit of what you got going on here, so that way, and I will also show you, hold on a second. I'm gonna go back to the built-in stuff that comes with it. It comes with its own like presets and tempos and stuff. And you can record your own tempos, you can create your own tempos. Like, this is all stuff that's built into it. I think you get the point. The key is when you put these in there, now these are the pre-programmed ones that are already in there, but you want to make sure they're all like the same tempo and they sync together and whatnot. You can adjust that within the unit. However, I find I get better results if I do it manually, you know, in a DAW or whatever, how I'm inputting it. Like I created this one. This is just some rhythms that I created, so I can. Messing around with it, you know, and trying to figure out how I want to use it. But you can program different things on here that you can trigger, which is the point that I'm pretty much getting at here. It does have a built-in click, which is actually quite cool. I don't know if you'll hear this right now. There we go. Start, stop. You can adjust the tempo on that click. This is the click. You can turn it on. You can turn it off. Right now it's coming through the master. You can set the click so it's only coming through your headphones as well. I mean, I create my own clicks for the most part, so it's not a big deal. You do also have, which is kind of cool, it has these filter effects, all right? So these right here, they're pretty basic. You know, there's not a hell of a lot you can do with them. I think you can go and change a few of the parameters. But say if you wanted to add a filter, if you put the filter on, now if I turn this, So for me, for a solo artist, singer-songwriter, somebody who's dealing with a band, this is very useful. Like, this thing, I don't have to bring a laptop with me. It's a piece of equipment that has my stuff loaded into it. You can load, it takes 16-bit 44.1 kilohertz files, so CD quality files. And as long as you make your backing tracks at CD quality, and you know, you make them however you want to make them, but in general, you want to have the track starting right at 0, so when you hit the pad, it comes right on, especially if you're dealing with clicks and whatnot. But that's what you would load in, and it's very easy to load. You can put it on a USB drive. That's what I do. Plug it into the back here. This does plug into a computer. It does have software. I find the software kind of clunky and just kind of amateurish. It's not the greatest software. It's actually much easier just to load the stuff onto a thumb drive, plug it in, and then load it into the unit. And then when you load it into the unit, it's saved. This particular unit has 16 gigabytes worth of space. I'm not sure, I don't know that it's upgradable. However, 16 gigabytes fits a lot of stuff. You could fit an entire set worth of stuff in 16. I haven't gotten close to, it's got like 100 presets, like 99 presets and 16 gigabytes. You can back this whole unit up and then reinstall it. So what you could do is, you know, keep different sets, dump it out, reload it. It takes a little while to reload, but you know, it works great for that purpose. And I honestly think this is going to become one of the most valuable pieces of kit that I have moving forward when it comes to playing out live and dealing with the type of music that I'm performing. So, yeah. I don't know. I hope it helps you decide whether you want to buy the full-on unit or you want one of the small wave pads. I just decided I needed more flexibility and I wanted the whole unit so I could use it as a drum machine. I could use it, you know, just to run backing tracks, to run samples, to, you know, that's what this is. It's a blank canvas that you can use however you want to use it. And these are just your triggers. It comes with 9 trigger pads and you make whatever you want to make out of it. So it's pretty cool in that way. Hi, my name is Jay Byrne. I am the creator of the effects loop and the SFX loop. It's come to my attention after looking at my YouTube analytics that the majority of my viewers are not subscribed. So if you like this kind of content, please subscribe to the channel if you're so inclined. If you have something to say, leave a comment in the comment section below. Maybe click the notification bell so that way if I make a new video, you'll be notified and you can check it out if it's something that you're interested in. If you like this stuff, like, subscribe, and comment. And I thank you for watching and supporting the effects loop and the SFX loop.